Using regular rust-proof lacquer spray can paint to prevent oxidation of Romex connectors is not permitted. The 2020 National Electrical Code, referred to as the NEC, requires the use of a listed anti-oxidant compound for all interior and exterior Romex connectors. Lacquer spray paint is not a listed anti-oxidant compound and is not suitable for use on electrical connectors. Listed anti-oxidant compounds are specifically designed and tested to prevent oxidation and corrosion of electrical connections. They contain a chemical agent that reacts with the metal to form a protective layer that inhibits oxidation. Lacquer spray paint is not designed to withstand the heat and electrical currents present in electrical connections. It can chip or peel off, exposing the connection to oxidation. This can lead to poor electrical contact, arcing, and potential electrical fires. To properly apply antioxidant compound, use a listed antioxidant compound specifically intended for electrical connectors. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for application. Apply a thin layer of compound to the connector before making the connection. The code reference is NEC Article 110.14. B, which states that the terminals of circuits not enclosed in raceway shall be identified by properly applied electrical tape or other approved means so as to prevent confusion as to identification. Using the correct materials and following proper procedures are important for safe and reliable electrical connections. The purpose of an antioxidant is to protect the metal from corrosion. It does this by creating a barrier which can keep out moisture and air. The barrier prevents oxidation, which can cause electrical connections to fail and become dangerous. When selecting an antioxidant, it is important to ensure that it is listed. A listed product means that it has been tested and certified to meet certain safety and performance standards. It is also important to follow the manufacturer's instructions when applying an antioxidant compound. The instructions will provide information on how to properly prepare the surface, how much compound to use, and how to apply it. When working with electrical systems, it is essential to follow all safety precautions. This includes wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and eye protection. It is also important to disconnect the power supply before working on any electrical equipment. If you are not comfortable working with electrical systems, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. The purpose of NEC Article 110.14 B is to ensure that electrical connections are made safely and reliably. This article requires that all electrical connections be made with approved materials and methods. It also requires that electrical connections be protected from oxidation and corrosion. When making electrical connections, it is important to use the correct size and type of connector. The connector should be properly installed and tightened to ensure a secure connection. It is also important to protect the connection from moisture and corrosion. This can be done by using a listed antioxidant compound or by enclosing the connection in a weatherproof enclosure. Electrical connections that are not made properly can be dangerous. Poor connections can cause electrical fires, shocks, and other hazards. It is important to follow all safety precautions when working with electrical systems. If you are not comfortable working with electrical systems, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. Oxidation is a chemical reaction that occurs when a substance reacts with oxygen. In the case of electrical connectors, oxidation can cause the metal to corrode, which can lead to poor electrical contact and increased resistance. This can result in heat buildup, arcing, and even electrical fires. Several factors can contribute to oxidation, including moisture, humidity, temperature, and the presence of corrosive substances. Connectors exposed to these conditions are more likely to experience oxidation and require protection. To prevent oxidation of electrical connectors, it is essential to use a listed antioxidant compound. These compounds create a barrier that protects the metal from oxygen and other corrosive elements. They also help to improve electrical conductivity and reduce the risk of connection failure. When selecting an antioxidant compound, it is crucial to choose one specifically designed for electrical connectors. These compounds are formulated to withstand the high temperatures and electrical currents present in electrical connections. They are also tested and certified to meet industry standards for safety and performance. The application of an antioxidant compound is a simple process. Firstly, clean the connector surface to remove any dirt, grease, or corrosion. Secondly, apply a thin, even layer of the compound to the connector, ensuring that all surfaces are coated. Thirdly, make the electrical connection and tighten the connector to the manufacturer's specifications. Following these steps will help to ensure a reliable and long-lasting electrical connection. It is important to note that not all antioxidant compounds are created equal. Some compounds may be more effective than others depending on the specific application and environmental conditions. It is always best to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to determine the most appropriate antioxidant compound for your needs. In addition to using antioxidant compounds, there are other measures you can take to prevent oxidation of electrical connectors. These include using connectors made from corrosion-resistant materials such as copper or aluminum, and protecting connectors from moisture and humidity. By taking these precautions, you can help to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. Listed antioxidant compounds are designed to create an airtight seal around the electrical connection. This seal prevents moisture and air from coming into contact with the metal surfaces, which can cause oxidation. The antioxidant compound also contains chemicals that react with the metal to form a protective layer. This layer inhibits oxidation and helps to maintain a good electrical connection. Using lacquer spray paint on electrical connections can be dangerous for several reasons. Firstly, lacquer spray paint is flammable and can easily ignite if exposed to heat or sparks. Secondly, lacquer spray paint is not a good conductor of electricity and can actually impede the flow of current. Thirdly, lacquer spray paint can dry out and crack over time, which can expose the electrical connection to moisture and air. This can lead to oxidation and corrosion, which can cause the connection to fail. Instead of using lacquer spray paint, it is important to use a listed antioxidant compound specifically designed for electrical connections. These compounds are non-flammable, good conductors of electricity, and will not dry out or crack over time. They will also protect the electrical connection from moisture and air, which will help to prevent oxidation and corrosion. When applying antioxidant compound, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Firstly, clean the electrical connection thoroughly to remove any dirt, grease, or corrosion. Secondly, apply a thin, even layer of antioxidant compound to all of the metal surfaces of the connection. Thirdly, reassemble the connection and tighten all of the screws or bolts securely. By following these steps, you can help to ensure that your electrical connections are safe, reliable, and long-lasting. In addition to using antioxidant compound, there are other steps you can take to prevent oxidation and corrosion of electrical connections. These include using corrosion-resistant connectors, protecting connections from moisture and air, and regularly inspecting connections for signs of damage. By taking these precautions, you can help to extend the life of your electrical system and prevent costly repairs. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a set of standards for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. The NEC is updated every 3 years, and it is important to stay up to date on the latest requirements. The NEC contains specific requirements for the use of antioxidant compounds on electrical connections. These requirements are designed to ensure that electrical connections are made safely and reliably. It is important to consult the NEC before making any electrical connections. The NEC is available for purchase from the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. You can also find the NEC online at the NFPA website. If you are not familiar with the NEC, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to perform any electrical work. A qualified electrician will be familiar with the NEC requirements and will be able to ensure that your electrical connections are made safely and reliably. Article 110.14 B of the NEC focuses on terminal identification. This requirement applies to circuits not enclosed in raceways. The purpose of this requirement is to prevent confusion as to the identification of terminals. This is important for safety reasons, as it can help to prevent accidental contact with live wires. There are several ways to comply with this requirement. One option is to use properly applied electrical tape to identify the terminals. Another option is to use other approved means, such as terminal markers. The key is to ensure that the terminals are clearly and easily identifiable. This will help to prevent accidents and ensure that electrical work is performed safely. Raceways are enclosed channels that are designed to hold and protect electrical wiring. Common types of raceways include conduit, tubing, and cable trays. Raceways provide a physical barrier that protects the wiring from damage and prevents it from coming into contact with other objects. This can help to prevent electrical shocks and fires. Raceways also help to organize and manage electrical wiring. This can make it easier to troubleshoot problems and perform maintenance. When installing electrical wiring, it is important to use the appropriate type of raceway for the application. The NEC contains specific requirements for the use of raceways in different situations. It is important to consult the NEC before installing any electrical wiring. Electrical tape is a type of adhesive tape that is used to insulate electrical wires and connections. Electrical tape is typically made from vinyl or rubber, and it is available in a variety of colors. Electrical tape is used to protect electrical wires from moisture, corrosion, and abrasion. It is also used to prevent electrical shocks and fires. When using electrical tape, it is important to apply it properly. The tape should be wrapped tightly around the wire or connection, and it should overlap itself slightly. This will help to ensure that the connection is properly insulated. Terminal markers are small labels that are used to identify electrical terminals. Terminal markers are typically made from plastic or metal, and they are available in a variety of colors and sizes. Terminal markers are used to prevent confusion as to the identification of terminals. This is important for safety reasons, as it can help to prevent accidental contact with live wires. When using terminal markers, it is important to choose markers that are durable and easy to read. The markers should also be securely attached to the terminals. Approved means are methods or materials that have been approved by a recognized testing laboratory, such as underwriters' laboratories, referred to as UL. Approved means are required for many electrical applications. This is to ensure that the electrical work is performed safely and reliably. When choosing approved means, it is important to select products that are appropriate for the application. The NEC contains specific requirements for the use of approved means in different situations. It is important to consult the NEC before installing any electrical wiring. Confusion as to the identification of terminals can be dangerous. This can lead to accidental contact with live wires, which can cause electrical shocks or fires. It is important to take steps to prevent confusion as to the identification of terminals. This can be done by using properly applied electrical tape or other approved means. By taking these precautions, you can help to ensure that electrical work is performed safely. Remember to consult the NEC and follow all safety precautions when working with electrical systems. If you are not comfortable working with electrical systems, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. They can ensure that the electrical work is performed safely and reliably, protecting your home or business from potential hazards.